Yeah. Oh, but it's interesting. The reason we're going into Ada now.
Yeah,
Ada
let's talk about
Lovelace,
Ada.
That's good.
Yeah. So the reason she went into mathematics and engineering, because her mother was so pissed off at Lord Byron, the poet, that she said, your daughter is never going to write poetry. We're going to send her as far away from the literary as possible. We're going to send her to math school. So what do you think of that, Lord Byron? So
Well,
that marital spat, I guess that it came from that opium infused party that actually led their daughter into an engineering degree. So it was interesting. Yeah. Okay, can I say one more thing on that before we get off?
Sure.
Get a little go down a rabbit hole. Was that Babbage wrote some notes on his adding machine, right? And Ada, who was actually a better mathematician than Babbage, right? That was her profession. She wrote notes on his notes, right? On his little notes on how to his package insert. And her notes were like 10 times longer than the package insert. And one of the things she said in there was that because he was only concerned with mathematics, solving algorithms, right, basically. But she says, no, if this works, this machine will be able to write music. This machine will be able to do art. So you see a little bit of the Lord Byron in her, right? She's going to infuse this machine with poetry. But she did say, which is interesting, it says it's going to be able to create art, music, paintings, all these things we consider human, but it won't be able to understand it because it doesn't have a soul. So
that is really cool. So she thought that the computer would be able to create art. You know what? She was overly optimistic on the human condition. She also thought that it was like a no-brainer to use 4 digits in the year. Everybody would do that. And I don't know if anybody here listening is over 30. We had a little thing called Y2K back in Y2K, and everybody thought the world was going to end because the computers were going to stop because they didn't know if it was going to be what century.
Yeah. As if the world cares, right?
Well, actually, the
human civilization, maybe.
The thing about the Y2K, the reason why it wasn't a problem is we fixed it. I was actually in Silicon Valley. My customer was Hewlett Packard, and we had to compile a report that was about this thick saying that everything was going to be okay. Now, did they ever read the report? I don't know. But yeah, there were actually, did have to go back and hire old programmers and fix the 4 digits.
So I actually had a program that calculated expiration dates for pharmaceutical products. And I thought it's not going to be a problem, but so once it kicked over, right, your product was going to expire in like 2095 or something, whatever, some future
Hey, so David, I don't know if you want to edit this part out or not, but that was actually a joke I wrote in the notes. She didn't do that.
She didn't do that. That's fake news.
That was a joke I was going to make as part of this.
That is funny. That's funny right there. All right. So she didn't do that.
It's a shame because that would have saved us all a lot of trouble. But no, she didn't do that. That was me.
Do what? What are we talking about?
She didn't make a note to have 4 characters in the year field.
Oh, that would sound like that would make sense. Okay.
That was me trying.
I wasn't going to argue. I would have believed you. I mean, it's
you know what? I'm still going with it. I'm still going to believe that. And if we say it enough, people will believe it. Facts.
People will believe it. Yeah. We'll just keep saying it.
So in the show notes, when I put stuff under the word joke, that doesn't mean joke in the show notes anymore. Maybe I need to use a different font.
Funny, that didn't really happen. Oh no. But you know what? There's a lot of stuff we say that probably didn't really happen. You know what? History is forensic.
Nobody gets this far in the podcast anyway, so.
No one's really listening at this point.